The holidays are here, and so is the temptation to buy one of those fancy whiskey advent calendars you see online. But odds are you probably have everything you need to build your own DIY style. I'm Leanne, and this is Scotch on the Bayou, where we celebrate the wonders of Scotch whiskey and the flavor of life in Louisiana. And advent calendars growing up were a really cool way to count down to the big day of Christmas, right? You get a little piece of chocolate, maybe a little toy, and every day was fun until you counted down to, Christmas Eve when Papa Noel would come and spread his joy and cheer. Well, now that we're grown up, they can actually still be fun. Actually, more fun because now we're talking about whiskey. There's some really nicely curated whiskey advent calendars out there. Maybe Scotch, rye, bourbon, world whiskeys. Take your pick. And if you're wanting to buy one of those for someone in your life who really enjoys whiskey, believe me, they will enjoy it. But if you are already into whiskey and you're wanting to do something like an advent calendar, odds are you have everything you need to build your own. Whiskey tastes better when it's shared. And oftentimes we trade whiskey with our other whiskey friends to see what they might like. I give you a little sample bottle of this, you give me a sample bottle of that. We share that experience and can talk back and forth about what we got off the flavors and all. It's really fun. I mean, sharing is caring, right? All this brings me to our first element of building our own whiskey advent calendar, and that's the whiskey itself. And how we're going to do that? We're going to go find all those sample bottles. I mean, how many of these do you have? I know I have too many. I have a lot. And the thing is, someone thought enough of you, of me, to pour their favored liquor, their favored whiskey into this bottle, label it, and send it to me or hand it off to me because they want me to experience it. Maybe not like they did, but they want me to give them feedback on it. And it just makes you feel good when you share whiskey. But why do we hold on to them? I have far more than I even want to admit to. And I'm sure you might be in the same situation. For me, I think the reason I don't go through my sample bottles is because I want to take time with them. I just don't want to drink it to drink it. I want to drink it to pay attention and really enjoy it. Well, funny thing is, a sample bottle a night for an advent calendar is a perfect way to honor the person who gave you this whiskey, along with taking the time for yourself to actually enjoy it. So the first step is to go through your samples. Grab 24, 25 of them and figure out how you want to set a theme for your whiskey advent calendar. When it comes to picking a theme, really, the sky's the limit. Take a look at what you have, maybe segregate them into piles of different categories. You could do all sherry or maybe all peated whiskeys from different regions. You could do all bourbon or all rye. However, your collection of sample bottles really fall out. You'll figure that out. Look at the cask type. Did you do something that's wine casks? Or maybe even a particular brand or independent bottler. One that I will talk about in a bit was all Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. Another could be all Compass Box or Adelphi or whatever you seem to have a lot of. And then basically, it can also be anything goes. Close your eyes, grab 25 bottles, and you're good. Let me know in the comments below what the theme would be for your whiskey advent calendar. And if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. We're growing the channel like crazy Let folks that you know might be interested into whiskey about the channel, because we'd love to have them along. Now, to create a blind challenge along with your whiskey advent calendar, you're going to have some help. You're going to need a whiskey buddy to kind of go through your samples and pull those so that you don't know what you're going to be drinking each night. Most all of them come labeled. This particular friend has the best labels ever on his whiskey samples. So if you don't want to have that information, then have your friend just simply put a piece of paper around it and tape it in place to where you don't see, or have them individually wrap like this and just tear it off the top and pour. And then once you're ready to do the reveal, you can pull the rest of the wrapping off and you know what you're drinking. A whiskey tasting journal is a great complement to the advent calendar. It's a way that you can go through each of those drams and record what you're getting off of them, and basically do a little time capsule of honoring each one of those samples. Be sure to write all your comments down along with who gifted you that sample. That way you can go back to that person, let them know what you thought about it, and let them know how much you appreciated that whiskey. One of my favorite tasting journals are these little books from 33 Book. I love them because they're pocket size, the size that you can put in a purse or in your pocket. You can take them around. It's easy. They'll actually fit into whatever container you want to put all your bottles in for the advent calendar. And I'll leave a link below to get to the site. There's one guy, Dave, makes these. So check them out. Super gift and really a good way to document your advent calendar. Now on to packaging. This is where the festive spirit comes out, and you can go really big, fancy, doll everything up, or you could keep it real and simple. You can dress up each of the bottles, just simply wrapping each one like this, tagging them with the number of the date that you should try this one. Or you can just basically put 24, 25 bottles in a basket or a fun box and pull one a day. You can make this project as fabulous or simple as you would like. If you want to build a whiskey advent calendar and give that as a gift, you're only limited by the bottles you have on your own shelf. You have a collection, you want to share it, this is a super way to do that. If you have sample bottles available, great. If not, order some on Amazon. And I would suggest the 1 ounce smaller version bottles. That way someone's got a taste and they can get an idea. And if they don't like that one, they had 1 ounce. That's okay. But if you know the person well enough to be building one of these for them, you have a pretty good idea about what they do like to drink. That's super. But I would challenge you to challenge them and their palate by putting a couple of samples in there that will get them thinking and maybe push their palate just a bit. Now I would like to share with you the most epic DIY whiskey advent calendar that was sent to me and made by my friend George Kaplan. So George and his friend Jim painstakingly curated the most beautiful advent calendar and sent it to me last year. And just look at the thought, workmanship, and love that went into this. There's a beautiful box, handmade wooden dividers in between it, 25 amber bottles, so it's blinded. I can't tell what that whiskey looks like in that sample bottle. All of this along with a reveal card that has scratch off tape so that every night we will all scratch off and reveal what whiskey it is after we've taken it. He even hosts a Zoom each night so we can be together to share this. I absolutely love that idea. Follow George on Instagram at gcap59 and he'll be doing a reveal of each dram each day as we go through the advent calendar. This advent calendar is an incredible example of the generosity in the whiskey community, and it is, again, epic. So, are you ready to gather those samples? I mean, come on and join with us. It won't take any time at all to gather them and give yourself the time to enjoy the whiskey that's already been gifted to you. Let me know if you make one of these or if you have other suggestions in the comments about how to make your own whiskey advent calendar. And be well, drink better, and sláinte, y'all.